You can see we are toggling between the same two messages that were causing the soundboard to play a sound, but only when an OEM DMD controller was connected through the soundboard from this early version of a RottenDog MPU board. This is the WPC 089-TH IE through-hole, and in consultation with Mr. Victor, he reminded me that RottenDog use HCT chips at these interface for these interface chips at U1, 2, and 3. I changed out U1 and U3 with the LS versions of this chip. It's a LS245 and an LS244. And that matches up with the LS chips that are used over here on the DMD controller. Now, one of the reasons that I think that the RottenDog board worked fine with this DMD Lux controller is that these interface chips are 74HC chips. So there was, I guess I'll say, enough of an overlap with what logic 0 and logic 1 means between those two family chips. And now we've simply returned these two interface chips to the Williams factory interface. So this is an LS chip, or two LS chips communicating with two LS chips on the DMD controller. And we can go through tests now without any extraneous sounds. This is one of the early ones. I've got some FM 1808 NV Rams inbound, but you can see this trace just above my finger. You can see it goes out from this last pin and comes back in. Kind of hard to see, but that's an indication that this board is laid out for the non-JDEC compliant version of a 62-256 instead of a 62-64. And the problem is that two of the tracks for A4 and A5, I believe, run to not connected pins on a 62-64, so you have to use a 62-256 NV RAM. Let's hear some sound from Doctor Who. It's really loud. Loud because it doesn't do me any good to set the settings, because every time I power off without a battery connected, we lose them. But I'm going to leave this board on my bench. This whole board set belongs to a local fellow that's rehabbing a Doctor Who, and I'll come down and test it periodically. It's a logical fallacy that changing these two chips cleared up the problem. You can't say with 100%, but there's good evidence, I'll say. But I'll come down and test them some more later today.